If someone told me one tiny flash drive could demolish your entire world, your love, your future, your self-worth, I would have laughed. But that's exactly what happened. And to this day, I still don't know how long he knew, how deep the betrayal went, or how carefully he planned his exit. All I know is that one single file broke the woman I thought I was, and I can never go back to her again. I'm Emily Hart. Small-town Iowa born and raised. The kind of girl who grew up thinking honesty fixes everything and love always finds a way. I'd barely turned 22 when I packed my entire life into a single suitcase and rode a Greyhound bus to New York City. I had no connections, no apartment, and no backup plan. But I had dreams, big ones. I thought Manhattan was waiting for me like some unopened gift box. Turns out, the gift box had roaches. I ended up splitting a gloomy one-bedroom in Queens with another transplant named Jenna. We bonded over broken heaters and split-pack ramen noodles. During the day, I worked entry-level accounting at a company that sold gas and heating systems. Glamorous? Not exactly. But it paid enough to keep the lights on. Then came Tyler. I met him at a trade expo our firm hosted at the Javits Center. He was charming in that effortless way. Tall, clean-cut, with that laid-back confidence that made you want to laugh at all his bad jokes. We connected instantly, me, the awkward numbers girl, and him, the golden boy repping a major supplier. After a week of flirty texts and coffee dates, we were inseparable. Tyler made New York feel soft and warm, like I hadn't just landed in a concrete jungle. He'd bring me coffee at work, surprise me with dinner reservations, or hold my hand as we walked under the flickering lights of the 7 train. 2 months in, he got offered corporate housing, a modern loft in Long Island City. Utilities paid. He asked if I wanted to move in. I said yes before he finished asking. Living with him felt like magic at first. Lazy Sundays, cooking dinner in oversized sweatshirts, arguing over music and making up over Netflix marathons. We even joked about getting married someday. I believed we were building something real. But as Tyler climbed the ladder, everything changed. He was working insane hours, nights, weekends, even holidays. I'd wake up to cold sheets beside me and go to bed alone, too. The intimacy died slowly. At first, it was too tired tonight, then just one more meeting, until even holding hands felt like a chore. I was lonely. But I didn't want to be the nagging girlfriend. Still, resentment grew like mold in the quiet corners of our apartment. I missed him. I missed us. That's when Eric joined the company. He was my age, clever, sarcastic, with this boyish grin that could disarm anyone. Eric sat 2 cubicles down, and we hit it off almost immediately. He'd tease me about my rigid Excel formulas, then drop thoughtful compliments when I least expected them. At first, it was innocent, harmless banter, shared lunch breaks, inside jokes. But Tyler kept pulling away. The Dominican vacation he promised got postponed, then forgotten. Eric, meanwhile, was always around. Always listening. When I told him I felt invisible at home, he just looked at me and said, "You shouldn't have to beg someone to see you." One night, while Tyler was away on yet another work trip, I messaged Eric out of sheer restlessness. He suggested a movie. I said yes. We laughed through the entire film and then lingered over burgers afterward, talking about everything and nothing. When we got to my place, he asked if he could come up for tea. I said sure. The kettle hadn't even finished heating before he kissed me. It was sudden, overwhelming, desperate. I pulled away, tried to stop it, but the words that came next pierced right through me. "You deserve someone who actually shows up for you, Emily." That was it. The dam broke. One reckless decision. We slept together that night. And yes, it was electric. Raw. Dizzying. And then, the shame hit. I told Eric it was a mistake, that I loved Tyler, and I couldn't leave him. But Eric kept texting, claiming it was fate, that what we shared meant more. I blocked him. I buried it. I tried to pretend it never happened. But Tyler knew. I don't know how or when. But something had shifted in him. When he came back from that trip, his eyes were different. He barely spoke, barely looked at me. I kept rehearsing my confession, but the words never left my mouth. Guilt ate me alive. 2 weeks later, everything crumbled. I came home one evening to a haunting silence. His shoes were gone. His coat, his cologne, his toothbrush, everything vanished. On the coffee table sat 3 things: an envelope labeled rent, 3 months, a stack of printed chats, every message I'd exchanged with Eric, and a flash drive. I knew before I plugged it in. The video started with the ceiling fan, then tilted down. Me and Eric, tangled on the couch. Every detail captured from a perfect angle. My stomach dropped through the floor. I slammed the laptop shut, bile rising in my throat. I called Tyler again and again. The number was disconnected. I showed up at his office the next morning, desperate. But he was gone. Transferred. HR wouldn't say where. I found one of his co-workers outside the building, begged for any hint. He just shook his head and said, "If Tyler wanted you to find him, you would have." It's been almost a year. Nothing. No email. No posts. It's like he vanished into smoke. His parents live somewhere in Idaho, but I never met them, and I have no address. He erased himself so cleanly, I sometimes wonder if he ever existed at all. So why am I telling you this? Because I know how easy it is to mistake distraction for comfort, to reach for the wrong hand when you feel neglected. But love, the real kind, it shows up in effort, not just grand gestures. Tyler was building a future for us. And I spat on it for one night of weakness.